point on the road. Obviously not the 3 points we would have wanted, but against a team near us in the table, got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think the way the game went, I think we were a little bit disappointed coming in at half time with the way we kind of conceded the goals we conceded. Big game last week, good performance. Big game during the week. And listen, it was a long trip yesterday. We got stuck in a little bit of traffic on the way up here yesterday, so we were about 2 hours behind our schedule. So yeah, good point on the road against a team that aren't too far off us, and 3 games unbeaten. So yeah, take the positives from a disappointing performance overall, really.
Like you said, though, that's three in a row, and that's 1 loss in our last 7. So we are on a really good run of form.
Yeah, I think if you look at our last 7-8 results, one loss in 7 or 8 games isn't too bad. I think the manager's trying to breed confidence and high standards in the group. So you can kind of see how disappointed we were today to not only be 2-1 down at half time, but to play the way we kind of did in the second half and dominate the kind of ball that we did. We need to start turning them into goals, and listen, I'll take a bit of responsibility for their first goal. I wasn't feeling too good. I went down and had a couple of issues with that, but yeah, as an overall performance, we were a little bit disappointed. Gary
said in his interview you weren't feeling 100% after you went down. What was it that was going on?
I don't quite know. It's something I need to speak to the doc a bit about. I think I had quite a bit last season when we played kind of 3 games in a week, or kind of Saturday, Tuesday for quite a couple of weeks. I get low on sugar. I feel quite kind of weak. I was a little bit watery-eyed. I don't know what went on, but I tried to get through the first half as best as I could, and came in, got a bit of fluids on board and a few jelly babies and Jaffa cakes, and tried to get through it for the boys and give me all out there. And listen, I was the one that scored the equaliser, and thankfully I was still on the pitch, and I was able to do that for the lads and the fans. So yeah, I wasn't feeling too good from the warm-up, but kind of into the first 15-20 minutes of the game. But listen, we take the point and we move on to Friday.
Well, you mentioned your goals as well as Kev's. That's 2 goals from corners today. It's not something we've been extremely strong with this season. Is it something we've been working on in training recently?
Yeah, we've definitely been working on it. We haven't been too happy with our kind of form with attacking set pieces. It's something we've highlighted that we need to kind of get better at attack the area better, kind of put pressure on the opposition and make them defend from their 6-yard box out. We scored 2 today, and I think we've got good enough players, strong enough players in the air to really affect the opposition box. Like I said, we scored 2 from two set pieces today, and it's a positive. It's something to build on. Like I said, we haven't been too prolific from set pieces, so yeah, that's another positive.
Got to mention the passion in your celebration at the end. Obviously getting the point, but it must have been big for you as well, scoring in front of the away fans.
Listen, it was kind of the whole day kind of built up. I didn't feel too great. Wasn't happy with myself for their first goal. Second goal was a little bit soft as well, and to be able to kind of redeem myself and score the equaliser, it was just a bit of a relief off my shoulders. And I think the fans will go home sort of happy with a point back down to Exeter. Some are probably staying in Blackpool. I think I've seen a couple of bits on social media that are coming up for the weekend. So hopefully we send them home relatively happy, and we take the point and move on.
Well, taking a point into what is a big weekend next week at Easter weekend, Bolton and Peterborough. How are you guys going to approach that any differently with it being two games in 4 days?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's not the ideal scenario. It's a kind of unique situation that we play Friday, Monday on Easter, and thankfully we're at home on Friday. I think if we were away on Friday with a long trip on Thursday, I think it'd be even tougher. Then we go to Bolton on Easter Sunday, and that's going to be another difficult game. So we've proven that we can beat anybody in this league, and it's no different starting on Friday with Bolton.
something that slightly marred the day for us was Stano going off on the stretcher. I know you probably don't know too much about it, but how did that affect you guys on the pitch when that happened?
Yeah, it wasn't great. Stano's a young kid. I think it reminds me of the Kyle Taylor one. I don't want to say it's as bad as that, because nobody really knows. Obviously there was nobody around him, and he's through in behind our back line, and he's kind of taken an awkward turn and jolted into the ground. So he's a young kid. He's devastated in there. He's got tears in his eyes, and it's up to us as a group now to kind of support him and wait for the scan results, and fingers crossed it's not too bad. So we've got a good group of lads in there, and we'll get around them.
Brilliant. Cheers, Wayne.